Hello, today we're going to look at some Star Wars model kits just to really have a look at what they will look like. Look and stuff. Most of these are actually my brother's, but anyway. So here is a Revell Easykit YWing. Easykits are models that they say you don't have to paint it, you don't have to use glue, and you don't have to do most of the model stuff. You just snap the whole thing together. The box is pretty accurate actually. The model does look like that. They haven't done any painted models in the picture. The model is a unpainted plastic kit. Build your dream on the back. So all the instruction manuals look pretty similar. They're all fully color printed, even though there's only really one colorful image at the front, and the rest is just pretty much simple instructions on how to assemble the kit. Only 10 pages, not much. Very easy to assemble, which is why it's called the Easykit, because it's easy. I'm just going to go for the box first because might as well. Don't have the box for this one anymore, but this is the instruction manual for the TIE Fighter, even though it's not really a TIE Fighter, it's the TIE Advance. This one has one extra number for instructions. It's Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter, not the episode 2 one, but the episode 3 one. It seems that, I don't know, the boxes keep changing somehow, because I do have an XWing box as well, and it doesn't have the same style. The newer ones come in black and white. Just trying to save money, and so on and so forth. So here's the X-Wing box. As you can see, the art is also in line with the episode 3, except with slightly different coloured logos. But for some reason it also still has a coloured manual. So episode 3 Clone Walker AT-RT All-Terrain Recon Transport. More pictures on other sets on the back. There's the instruction manual, like completely crumpled up. And the last box, Imperial Shuttle. Also in line with the episode 3 sort of design of Darth Vader's head, and also keeping a coloured manual. So let's go ahead and actually look at those models and see if they're any good. So let's take a look at the let's look at the prequel stuff first. Here is Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter for episode 3. Overall the paints are quite nice. Even though some parts don't really make sense, like for example his astromech droid can't actually turn, which is a slight disappointment, although you do get some movements on this ship. For example, if you can actually get your fingers in there, kinda, you can actually open it up into its battle mode, I believe. Yes. It's actually quite hard to get your fingers in there because there is no actual tip or handle or anything to help you actually open it. So there it is. Oh, you can see it's quite loose. Yeah, come on, stay open. Okay, so there's Obi-Wan's ship in battle mode. You can also open the cockpit. Kinda, it's pretty tight. It doesn't open all the way, and if you try to open any more than this, you're probably going to snap the bloody thing. Because in terms of detail, Obi-Wan himself looks okay. Like with all of these, the pilot inside these ships are usually made of like a really soft rubbery plastic for some reason. In terms of detail, because it's soft rubbery plastic, it's not painted too well. And Obi-Wan has a overall sad expression, and his beard is not painted. So even though you don't have to paint these, it is advised that you would want to paint it to make it look like a bit more realistic. Another thing about the ship is it doesn't have any stands or anything. I mean, it doesn't really need a stand. I mean, it sits there just fine, but I don't know. This one's okay. It's just a bit, I don't know. I guess it still looks better than what it does in the film with the crappy CGI. So that's that ship. Another episode 3 we want to have here is the sort of clone scout walker. Again, the actual model, the character clone. Oh, this thing's falling over. This thing's really hard to stand. It's a terrible detail. I don't know how this thing stands in the film. It just doesn't make sense. There's no way in hell this thing can actually stand on its own. You know, when walking, I mean, this thing only stands in certain positions. Imagine it trying to walk. Again, this is soft rubber, and my biggest problem with these models is the scales are completely different. I mean, Obi-Wan is like a kid compared to the clone trooper. So, I mean, how can you put this next to each other and display them and say, oh look, it's the same thing? No, it's not. It's a different scale. So anyway, this model is detail-wise it's okay, but it's actually not a good model. Once you build it, sure, you can move the legs like a figure, but it's really stiff. And more often than not, if you haven't moved it for a while, it sort of sticks a little bit. And you know, when I got this out of the box again after a few years of it in the cupboard, trying to move it, I was scared I was actually going to snap something, especially this joint right here. There's actually a piston system here that it does work. The plastic does move, but again, I was so scared of breaking the bloody thing. Also, with the pistons, it means that the top part doesn't actually rotate, which I'm pretty sure that's bad military design if the top part can't rotate. Another thing is the clone trooper does not have anything that actually glues him down or pegs him down to the seat, which means he can fall off really easily. I don't know, this thing is kind of terrible. The Lego version is actually way better, which I do have somewhere. I think it's the exact same. More good. This thing's gonna fall over. Also, yeah, the fin parts do snap. This is the handlebar one of the for the pilot to hold his hand on, and it has snapped. So, yeah, just for comparison's sake, here's the Lego version, which is actually almost bigger than the model. I mean, yeah, Lego stuff aren't really correct scale, but because you know they're in the cute scale. But, God's sake, I'm just gonna try a little bit more, and I'll give up making this thing stand because it's just gonna fall over. There you go. I don't know, I think I like the Lego version. Do you? Don't you? In the back. Oh, he's falling over. Solid. Don't care. He can fall over. So that's all the prequel stuff. Let's go to the good stuff. Here's Darth Vader's TIE Advance. The wings can come off easily for storage. Don't know what glue my brother was using, but it's starting to yellow. Damage the paint of the thing. This ship's pretty good. I mean, the original ships aren't that detailed anyway, because it's just how they were designed. They're meant to look kind of simple in a way. The paints are okay. The color of the blue, like blue grayish type color, is actually quite almost spot on. This door is actually snapped off because the hinge is right there. They used to have pegs right there that pegs into the door, and I mean, it makes it better to open and close, but it's not really it can, you know, it can break quite easily. You can see here it's broken. So the inside is Darth Vader, which is also soft plastic. If I can get him out, maybe. Well, Darth Vader doesn't want to come out. Oh, bloody hell. So anyway, Darth Vader doesn't want to come out, and I just stick this door back on just because it's broken. This thing does come with a stand, which is only one that actually comes with a stand. If you want to see closer pictures of what the cockpit looks inside, it's quite... it's okay. It's got enough detail to see from the outside. Not too many switches or anything. I will take photos of this and put it on Facebook so you can see the inside of it. But detail wise, it's average. It's no biggie. It's okay. And then here's something for a completely different scale. So this is the X-Wing that comes with this line of, you know, models, but it is completely different scale. I mean, the pilot is like a little tiny peg guy, and Darth Vader is way bigger. With this one, you can open the cockpit, but again, it doesn't open. I don't know why these things don't open all the way. It just, and you can see the Rebel pilot is sort of sitting really terribly. And the thing is that the Rebel pilot has a peg on his butt, which pegs into the seat. But good luck trying to peg him back down once you've built this thing, because well, I can't do it. The cool thing about this is the azimuth joints can actually come out the slots. Now, I'll show you the Y-Wing in a bit, but you know, the azimuth joints are universal because they're similar shapes. So you can swap things around and have, you know, an R2 and a Y-Wing and an R5 and the X-Wing. See the X foils do open. That's pretty cool. Show you the back right there. But in terms of paint detail, this one isn't that good. It's very, well, it's very plasticky. The other three ones you just saw, I think they look way better in terms of pre-paint. The problem with this one is, I don't know, it's just the wrong color to have as a base plastic color. It just doesn't look that right. In terms of detail of the actual cockpit inside, it's not too much detail. It's actually really simple. At the bottom, you notice that these legs are there. You can pull them out, and then, you know, close it so he's in the flying position. But you know, for display purposes, you're going to have, well, the stands there because it's, you know, it's on display. It's landed. So here's the Y-Wing. Again, the plastics look off. It's just, this isn't a good color for a base plastic. In terms of detail, there's way more detail because the Y-Wing itself, there's a lot more gear showing up. Because here's the R5 unit, which is pretty cool. Notice that this one of the lasers is snapped off. It's just, the plastic for these models are very brittle. Anything small and thin can break so easily. And in terms of opening the cockpit, again, it doesn't open all the way. It just opens a little bit. And I know, it's just sort of annoying. Just, you know, realistically, this thing should open all the way, and there's no reason why the model can't do that. Inside the cockpit, the details also enough, but I don't know. This molded detail wise, it's nice, but you're gonna have to just paint it. Even if you just spray paint the whole thing black, it's gonna look better than this. Plus, I'm pretty sure the middle is meant to be a darker color than the rest of the ship anyway. Next, just for something of sort of a similar scale, this isn't a model, but this is a Micro Machines TIE fighter. I used to have an Imperial officer and a TIE pilot, but my brother lost it. You know, if you want sort of display, Star Wars vehicles display, and you're not bothered about if it's a model or not, get the Micro Machine stuff, because this thing's solid. This thing, I've had this for years, it doesn't break. I mean, the door's still on there. I can even do this, like, oh look, the engine thing opens up, and then there's I don't know why it does this, but it just does. You got like engine stuff. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't never happens in the movies. So I'm sure some Star Wars fan can tell me, oh, in the comic book, blah 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 blah, it did this, or in a certain novel or whatever. But this thing's solid. I mean, yeah, sure, buying one of these model kits will give you the sort of a play value of building the actual thing, but after that, it's all a display piece, and they're bloody fragile. And it is another one that feels really fragile. The last one, the Imperial Shuttle, this thing feels really fragile. Just go over the things you can move. First of all, you can remove the legs again for a, I don't know, if it's a flying display. Although, again, I don't see why you would have it in the flying mode, because unless you can hang it somewhere, it's going to be landed, which means you will need the legs anyway. You can open the wings, of course. I'm only opening it to a certain extent because the legs are out. There is nothing holding the wings up, so if you... I guess it's okay right now, it's a bit stiff, but if it was looser, then the wings would just fall back down. The top wing does come off, or it did. So, you know, storage wise, you can take the top wing off, flatten the wings, and then you can put it back in the box. Kinda. It's too long. The wingspan is too long to fit back in the box. I hate stuff that don't go back in the box, because should make the box a bit different. Oh, the size of it. This is actually a good Micro Machines scale. Kinda. Can't help but feel the cockpit is actually a lot bigger than what the ship is showing. But it's nice to be able to see a cockpit somehow. And no, there is no actual back area. So, in terms of scale, this isn't correct. This is like a Lego model where the scales of the cockpit is severely different from what the actual thing is. And I also remember this thing has trouble standing up properly. It's sort of like wobbling on the corner. I would not display this on a shelf that has no sort of railing or anything. I will not display it on the edge of a shelf, because it will fall off that shelf and, well, just smash on the floor, and these things are so fragile that not a good idea. Just for a tiny bit bonus because of Micro Machines and stuff, I do have a Stormtrooper head Micro Machine thing. It's gone quite yellow, not much on the back, just grey. But when you open it up, it's sort of bits of the Death Star. I don't have any accessories that come with this. It's one of my friends. He didn't care about toys anymore, so I was like, yeah, I'll take it. The back does open in the prison area, so you can fall off into the pit. And there's a switch there that means it's stiff, but it works. It doesn't close all the way. Oh yes, it does. Kinda. It's broken now. Oh, whoops. Oh, toys. My god. Oh, let's put it back in the peg and it'll be fixed. Come on. Is it meant to close all the way? Should do. Well, never mind. So, yeah, that's a quick look at the Revell Easykit Star Wars models. If you're getting them for a kid, like their first ever model, then I mean that's the whole point. These are easy kits. They make it easy for you to build your own models. But I mean, the whole point of a model is that it's not meant to be easy, I don't think. These are like a hybrid between a display thing and a toy because of the easiness, and it suffers for it. It's these things are so fragile, and the whole thing of not needing glue, it's sort of a lie. Yes, you don't need glue, but if you don't use glue, the things can fall apart quite easily. So at the end of it, you're gonna need glue to make it solid. I'm scared. Even just touching the plastic, I can feel it's just not good plastic. Like a toy figure of one of these ships is way more solid. Even if you've ever played with Gundam models, that's a solid model. Bandai MG Figuarts models, those are solid. Those are solid models. These model kits, they're not solid. they're light, they're weak. If I drop it, they'll completely smash to bits and just forget it. And in terms of paint, like I said, the episode 3 Walker and the Jedi ship are fine. The TIE Fighter is fine. Shuttle, but the Y-Wing and the X-Wing are suffering a lot. They're just suffering a lot from the color of the plastic. They just look off. They don't look right. So there you have it. There's the models. Subscribe, suggest, comment below, and take care and have a nice day. Thank you. Bye.